Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. Last time we upgraded our little lunar buggy so that it no longer has a survival kit. So we respawn at our base instead of the buggy. That may prove problematic at some point. But we've also done some retrofitting so that it contains its own power supply and a large cargo container and a connector to eventually allow it to connect up to the base at some point. We also added some hydrogen thrusters so that it can move around in a more controlled fashion than just going upwards. So today we are going to be working on improving this situation, because currently I have to drag things from the refinery over to the assembler, and the assembler has barely any capacity, so I need to remove stuff from it in order to keep allowing it to build. So currently I just had it building the components that we require for today. And that is, we're going to build a large cargo container, and we're also going to build a bunch of conveyor tubes so that we can get the refinery and assembler on the same conveyor network. Because if we can do that, then I don't have to faff around moving things around very slowly. So I've built out this nice platform here, which should be the starter for our factory/workshop. We're probably going to have multiple of these scattered around the crater just in case someone decides to target us. But for now, we'll start here. So we need a lot of interior plate, which is why I currently have a stupid amount in my inventory and some being built. I did go farming for some iron between episodes so that we could afford this. Right, so we're just going to slap this one here, start building this up. As you can see, it's quite a beefy thing. Usually, I've been used to having things either be automatically constructed or I have a larger inventory space. Because I used to play on ×10 inventory and using the nanite factory mod. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, I no longer do that. Now, we'll see what happens. Otherwise, it'll just be me doing this season until I get the Nano Factory, and then I just start building a ton of stuff. Because Nano Factory itself can be used to mine things. And once I get to that point, there is really no going back, because I will just use it to mine things, and that's it. Right, so that's all the components we need. Right. So that's a large cargo container built, which means I can stick everything in there and not have to worry about anything. Well, we probably still have things to worry about, but not this. Let's stick our stuff in here. Let's go grab the rest of the resources, and then we're going to start moving things around so that we can use them properly. Why am I trying to weld this? I don't know. Right. So we probably need to create a couple more bits and pieces. But first of all, we're going to take down the refinery and move it so that it's connected to the cargo container. We don't need it, since we're only using the basic refinery at the moment, we don't need to have a massive area where we can plant multiple. We'll make an expansion to this, adding the refineries and assemblers later. Right, basic refinery, and basic assembler. So if we place, let's have a look. Actually select the thing. So if we place the refinery like this, that means that we don't have to faff around with anything, do we? I'm just trying to find a way that's aesthetically pleasing. So if we place it like this, weld this up, and then we place a conveyor tube on the top there. I'm pointing with my hand, but a conveyor tube here, or a conveyor cube, then we can stack multiple basic refineries if we need to, which should be good. Okay, that's our basic refinery up and running. Excellent. And then for now, we'll just stick the basic assembler here. The basic assembler only has one accessible side, which makes it slightly problematic. So How are we going to... I'll tell you what, we can place the basic assembler here. And then we place the conveyor block here. So I need to go grab myself the materials for that. Let's see if we have those. The answer is conveyor block here. Right, we're missing 14, 15, 4. No, 14, 25, 4. Do. 14. Yeah, right. I probably missed some. Nope. Oh yeah, 4 small steel. Yes. I did miss something. You know, I can tell when I miss something, because I'll miss it. This. Weld up that. And then we can stick the assembler on there, and then we'll have access to the assembler. Pretty good.
Energy low.
I noticed. Okay, that's the conveyor junction. We're just going to recharge off of this for a second. No need to recharge fully. We can do that quicker inside the buggy. Take all the resources and stick them in the cargo container. We're going to have multiple cargo containers and sort things out eventually. But for now, I can get away with having everything in the same space, so to speak. Right. Grab this. Excellent. We'll also grab the survival kit and move it over so that we have a... With the ability... No, I don't want to chuck it in there. I want to stick it here. That's the right... Is that the right orientation? I don't even know. Yes. I mean, maybe having the refinery on top would make it a bit better looking, but it wouldn't work out conveyor-wise. So we're just going to stick with this. But once we've got this up and running, that means that we have a stupid amount of cargo space for what we're using, which means that I can go mine things and still have cargo space to keep them in. And that these can automatically work and they'll chuck out here. Excellent. Right. Yeah, we're also going to need to move over this. And now, just thinking. Do we have the materials? Very good question. Right. So, we're going to get ourselves a programmable block. I believe I've enabled scripts on the server, because if not, this is going to be annoying. And then we're going to want to grab an LCD screen. I know I'm going to need to build some more stuff for the LCD screen. I know I'm going to need to. Right. Let's see. Give me programmable block and LCD screen. You click. Right. So we're going to place down our programmable block here. Now we're going to place down our LCD screen here. I'm going to need to grab. Let's see. We need 9 more displays, 6 computers, 6 construction. I just built 10. I don't want to build. Let's build 10. Some computers, some construction component. All good things. And that should be enough. What do you need? 2 large steel, 4 construction. I think. Should have it. Thank you.
Energy low.
Yes, yes, I'm very, very much aware. Oh, build the large steel, you fool. Thank you. down this LCD panel. This is putting it... well, this isn't the best way to install what I'm doing. But we're going to use a script to push all of the resources that we have into the cargo container, so I don't need to fish around in the refinery or assembler. Right. We are going to need to move this. I'm just going to stand in here first. Turn off the... It's because it uses 100 kilowatts, which is, we have a look at the battery, about 100 out of 135, which I don't know the percentage of. Yeah, so if the oxygen generator isn't on, then it's only 35 kilowatts, which is a significant reduction, like 75% reduction in power usage. Right, we have things. Yes, got extras, and then right. Let's see if I remember how to do this properly. I'm going to edit this. We're going to get rid of all of this, and we're going to browse our scripts. We are going to go find one of the Talden's inventory manager scripts. I think this one. When was this? 2017, yeah. Obviously this editor, click OK. And then that should run. And it's set up and it's now running. Right. Now that that's running, I should be able to go into the control panel, find the LCD panel. Tim Inven. Is it Inven? Yeah. Inven. If I do this, it will now show us everything. We don't want it to do that. We want to grab Inven component, which will show us all our components. I'm going to make that so that I can actually read the damn thing. Probably increase it to 0.7. We increase it to 0.7. Canvas. Edit text just a bit. Reset the text. Should do the realignment. Which, no, because the alignment is here. You know what the most annoying thing is? Text padding. Why is the default 0.2? Right. Good. Good. Second. Right. And then we want to change the color of that because it's going to kill my eyes otherwise. Let's change that to like a... Ugh, that's a disgusting yellow. I'll find a nice yellow or orange. So if I do this, you should be able to read this clearly. It actually looks clearer in OBS than it does in game, which is good. Now this is telling us what materials we have in comparison to our quotas. Now those quotas will update automatically depending on how much resources we've taken. How many components we have in our system. I'm being harassed by someone. And I'm also being coy with them at the same time, so... Anyway, we've got this set up. Now, I'm going to temporarily... We need another one. Yes. I'm going to want another one. Go grab another LCD panel. I need more zero plate. Of course. When don't I? Okay. We don't have... What else do I need? Computers. Displays. Yes. Okay, displays first. Then computers. Okay. Now once you're done there, I'm going to set up the other LCD panel. This LCD panel, much like the previous one, will show some inventory. However, this time it will show us ingot. Yeah, that contrasts enough. Font size. Oh, I still want it to be 0.7. We do ingot or ingot, then it should show both lists. Yeah, but that's too much. Too many. Well, I could change it to 0.6. Change this to 0.6. Because we'll eventually get more items than this. Because the script will automatically add modded items as they are entered into the inventory. So that's useful. Right, so from here, we can see how many ingots we have of each ingot type. And we've got quotas for all of the ingots. We can also see how much ore we've got in storage. Right. So we can see that we've got 1.13 thousand stone. So from this, we can tell we don't have any gold, no magnesium, no platinum, no silver, no uranium. That's fine, because I haven't managed to gather any of them. From here, we can see that we've got a bit of some things, but we're also lacking in a lot. It means we have to manually construct everything for now. But another thing we're going to do, we're going to grab this. I'm going to rename this cargo container. And we're going to throw in Tim components. So now, this will grab any and all components from the system and place them in here. So if I chuck some in here, they will get thrown into this cargo container, which means that all of our components are in one place. And it's all dandy. Do this better. But it won't sort. Well, it will sort. But we've got a mix of ingots and components and eventually ores in here, which is not going to be the best. Now, one thing that we could do, which I advise heavily against given our current resource situation, is go to the assembler. I think you still work with this. Then it should. Or doesn't it work with the basic? No. Okay. So with a regular assembler, with an actual assembler, not this rubbish that we're currently using, if you place the auto, there, then it will start automatically filling out the quota that we've got on this screen, which is terribly useful because it means that we don't have to manually construct anything anymore, which is brilliant. And then we can also hit auto for refineries, but since this is a basic refinery, we can't do that. So we're not automated, but we are now aware of our inventory, and our inventory is managed to some extent, which is good. Yes. Now I believe the last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to move the survival kit over somewhere. We're just going to stick the stone. Stick the stone in here, which should get fed into the refinery. Refinery creates the gravel. Component. Then it should grab. Have I mistaken? Ingot in there as well. Then it will grab ingots as well. So any ingots that come out of the refinery will get shoved in here. The basic assembler will. Well, here's the thing. I don't know whether the basic assembler is able to keep ingots in its hold. I'll find out later. Right, so we need to move over the survival kit. Doing it, just moving it over isn't going to do much for us, but it does mean that we're not having a stupid amount of stuff on this line here, and everything is a bit orderly. Right, survival kit. So if we place the survival kit here, place it so. Yes? I'm not sure. We'll place it here for now, because it means I can access it at ground level, which is good. And then we just need, what is it? Placed here, so it needs 3 conveyors? Yes. 3 conveyors. And then we can hook it up to the cargo container, which means that all's dandy. Yeah, it's 3 conveyors. Okay. Let's... How about, right? Double check how much we need. Have it here. Right, so we need 14, 28, 44? 42. We need 42 interior plate. 4, 3. Yes. And then we need 60 construction component. We've got 15, so let's go 4, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 36 small steel. And 18 motors. Which we have. Excellent. Do we have the... Yeah, we have enough iron. That's going to be the pain in my backside. Is we have enough. We don't have a surplus, and also my energy's low, which is news to me. I never thought it could be low. I thought my energy was always infinite. Right. Go grab curved conveyor. Oh, I need interior plate. Where's my interior plate? Ooh. Down. This way. This way. Right, there's the conveyor. Conveyor 2 and conveyor 3. Right, now everything that needs to be hooked up on this base is now hooked up. We have one conveyor system on this base instead of a disconnected one. And I call that progress. Cool, right. So now on the agenda, because we do have a power consumption issue, the amount of stored power we have available, if I keep messing around, will slowly dwindle because we don't have much uptime in terms of solar power. So I'm going to need to get some more solar panels built, but also we are going to need to make it so that we can maximize the amount of power we get from each panel. We need to be efficient about it, which means employing another script, which is fine. Another thing that we want to do is we want to increase our production capabilities. We want a regular refinery and a regular assembler so that we can build everything.
Energy critical.
Yes, I get the point. And then I'm going to want to start mining things wholesale so that I can weld up all of these armor blocks and get a airtight area here, and we can place an actual medical room and a cryo tube and probably build out some additional batteries. That's where we currently are now. We might have to build a mining vessel so that we can mine things properly, but here's the thing: if we grab some platinum, yes, pronounce things properly, then we can go and grab thrusters, and then use thrusters, ion thrusters instead of hydrogen. But that would usually require us getting a source of uranium, which I believe we can find on the moon. I'll have an investigate to see if I can find a uranium mine. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.